You don't really remember falling asleep last night. That's how sleep works for you here. It doesn't arrive. It just sort of happens somewhere between exhaustion and vigilance. Now, in the thin early light, your body reminds you exactly where you spent the night. The ground presses its memory into your bones. Every small stone feels personally chosen to sit beneath your spine or hip. You shift again and again, but there's no perfect position to find. Sleeping on the ground isn't a temporary inconvenience. It's a permanent condition. Even when hides are spread out, even when grass is piled thickly, the earth never forgets to be hard. Modern mattresses, scholars point out, are one of the most dramatic physical comfort upgrades in human history, and you're living in a time before anyone even dreams of such a thing. You lie there for a moment longer than necessary, not because you're rested, but because standing up hurts just as much. Your muscles are stiff from yesterday's labor, walking, carrying, crouching, striking stone against stone. There's no stretching routine, no concept of recovery. Your body adapts by accepting soreness as normal. Pain doesn't demand attention unless it threatens movement. Night here is not a clean break from the day. Even while asleep, part of you stays awake. You remember half dreams stitched together with real sounds, wind through leaves, something heavy moving nearby, a sudden snort or howl in the distance. Scholars still argue whether this fragmented sleep pattern was biological or learned, but either way, your nervous system never fully powers down. An odd detail most people overlook is how often you wake simply to listen, not panic listening. Silence can be reassuring, but it can also feel wrong. A forest that goes quiet all at once might mean a predator has arrived. You've learned to read sound the way others read clocks. There's no blanket to pull tighter around yourself. If the night is cold, you endure it. If it rains, you wake wet. Moisture seeps into hides and grass, and once damp, they stay that way. You might reposition closer to where a fire once burned, hoping residual warmth lingers, but mostly you rely on proximity to others. Shared body heat as the only defense. You notice how close everyone sleeps. There's no personal space here. Bodies pressed together not for comfort, but for survival. This closeness has its own cost. Sweat, smells, restless shifting, but it also means safety. If something stirs, everyone stirs. Your dreams are short and vivid, often tangled with fear, falling, running, being chased. There's no soft mental landscape to drift through. Even imagination seems sharpened by danger. Some researchers suggest early humans dreamed more intensely because their waking lives demanded constant threat assessment. Lying here, you don't need research to believe it. As morning approaches, sleep becomes lighter, thinner like mist. You wake fully before the sun, eyes already open, staring into dimness. There's no lingering in bed. You sit up slowly, bracing yourself with your hands. Your palms are tough, almost numb to texture, yet they still feel the cold. You roll your shoulders, feeling the familiar ache settle back into place. This is your baseline, and as you rise, you understand something deeply. Rest, as you know it in your modern life, doesn't exist here. Sleep isn't restoration, it's a pause, a brief truce with the world before it demands everything from you again. You step away from the shallow depression where you spent the night, leaving behind nothing that marks it as a bed. By evening, the ground will look the same, ready to claim your body again. Another day begins, and you already feel tired, but you move anyway. Because in this world, exhaustion is not an excuse. It's just part of being alive.